Tzion haloisish ali l'shloim asirayich. Zion, will you not inquire about the welfare of your people who are in captivity? This is the opening phrase of one of the greatest poems written in Jewish history. A poem composed by the great Jewish Spanish poet and philosopher, thinker and author and leader, Rabbi Yehuda Halevi, who lived in the 12th century in Spain. In that poem, read by Jews the world over on this day of Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of Av, Rabbi Yehuda Halevi coins that priceless phrase when he talks about Jerusalem. Ani kinor l'shirayich. I am a harp for your melodies. The Mishnah is talking about a following situation. You own a home, and above your condominium, there is another condominium owned by somebody else. So you share two condos, you're on the ground floor, and somebody else owns the condo on top of you. Fine. But now there's a problem. Habayis v'aliyah shenoflu. A hurricane comes or another situation comes, whatever the reason is, the home is completely destroyed. Both floors, both condominiums, both condos, both stories are gone, destroyed. Menachem Begin wakes up Levi Eshkol in the middle of the night. He apologizes, but he explains to him the urgent situation. Levi Eshkol calls a cabinet meeting 3 o'clock in the morning. Among Israeli historians, this cabinet meeting is known as the pajama meeting. It wasn't a pajama party, it was a pajama urgent serious meeting. Who was at the meeting? Levi Eshkol, Prime Minister Eshkol, the Defense Minister Moshe Dayan, and Minister Yigal Alon. The agreement is given. The endorsement is given. Let us retake Jerusalem 6 o'clock in the morning. Moshe Dayan comes in to the war office and he commands Yitzchak Rabin, the Joint Chief of Staff, go take Jerusalem. Rabin sends the Deputy Chief of Staff, Chaim Bar-Lev, to oversee it. Uzi Narkis and Motke Gur get the message. That morning, the Tzanchanim, the paratroopers of Legion 55 from the Mount of Olives, enter into the old city of Jerusalem, breaking through the Lion's Gate. 1.5 years before this, the Lubavitcher Rebbe gave this talk about Jerusalem. Was there a connection? Was this intuition? Was it prophecy? You answer the question. It was not in the plans. It was not in the agenda. And if Jordan would have just complied a little more, it would have never happened. But God wanted Jerusalem in the hands of the Jewish people, and he wanted it rebuilt. Still before the redemption. Still before the coming of Mashiach. And it wasn't an easy fight. 182 Israeli soldiers died in the liberation of Jerusalem. Around a quarter of all of the Jewish casualties in the 6-day war. A quarter of them fell in and around Jerusalem, even though the territory was much smaller than the other places Israel conquered. 182 soldiers. Was it perhaps God's decision to give the physical Jerusalem to the Jewish people? The Yerushalayim shel mata shebemata, the physical Jerusalem in the Jerusalem below, so that they can rebuild the spiritual Jerusalem in Jerusalem, so that they can take the gift and recreate their Yerushalayim, reconnect with their history, heritage, faith, and Father in heaven. Reconnect with their Torah and with its mitzvahs. Rebuild the spiritual Jerusalem on the physical terrain of Jerusalem, so that Mashiach could come and complete the rebuilding of Jerusalem below and the rebuilding of Jerusalem above, and the two would be united for eternity.